Well, might as well open this meeting up today. Thank you, everyone, for attending. This is our Tuesday night meeting on August 30th, our last of the month meeting. And we welcome you all here. As usual, I'd like to read our mission statement before we kick off. And the mission of Golden Speakers is to create a supportive and positive learning environment in which each member has the opportunity to develop verbal, communication, and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. Welcome, everyone. Now, I would like to pass this off to our Toastmasters of this evening, which I don't have in front of me. Who is our Toastmaster tonight?
It's Jean.
Okay, we like to welcome Jean Symington Craig. She's our Toastmaster this evening. Jean, take it away. And you're on mute, Jean. You're on mute, Jean. Oh, okay.
Okay, there we are. Well, thank you. Nice to see our visitors again, and welcome back, Toastmasters. We'll just go ahead and get started. Our theme is summertime and the living is easy. Everyone can relate to that. Let's go ahead. We'll be able to visit that when we do our table topics session. But first, I'd like to hear from our timer. This is Karthik, and Karthik this is his first time, and this is a little bit more one role that requires a lot of focus. So Karthik, would you please tell us what you'll be doing and how you'll be timing this evening?
Sure. Thank you, Madam Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will be I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. So the table topic speakers, should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I would show a green card like this, and then at 1 minute 30 seconds, I will show a yellow card like this, and then at 2 minutes, I'll show a red card. Then we have Jean, who's giving speech today. So I think that speech is probably for about 5 to 7 minutes in length, if I'm not wrong. And then if there are any individual evaluations, then it's like 2 to 3 minutes. And yeah, I think that's it. If I miss anything, let me know.
How will you be showing the card? Thank you, Karthik. How will you be showing the cards for the evaluators?
For the evaluators? Oh, okay. Which is the individual evaluations, right? So it's about 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I'll show the green card. And then at 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I'll show the yellow card. And then at 3 minutes, I'll show the red card. Is that correct, Madam Toastmaster?
Yes. And then they have 30 seconds after that to still qualify. And how will you be timing my speech, the 5 to 7 minute speech?
At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card, and then at 6 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card, and 7 minutes, I'll raise the red card.
All right, thank you. We look forward to hearing your report at the end of the meeting.
Sure, thank you.
Our next role player, let's go ahead with our A counter. That would be Dan Craig.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. My role as an ought counter is to keep track of filler words. These are words that we slip into our speech when we really ought to just allow a pause to happen without trying to fill it. The type of filler words that we're looking for are well, so, like, There are also fillers in the nature of lip smacks or tongue clicks. And sometimes people do a false start. They'll begin a sentence and then begin it again, or do a repeat of words unnecessarily. My role is to keep track of those and give a report at the end of the meeting. When we pay attention to that, then we find over time that we use many fewer filler words as we speak over time. And I'll give that report. Thank you.
Now we'll hear from our grammarian, who is Alex this evening.
Thanks, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and our honored guests. As a grammarian, I have two main roles. My first role is to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll also note any proper language or any outstanding words or thoughts. My second duty is to introduce the word of the day, which I will put right now in the chat. And the word of the day is sizzling. And it has two meanings. One is that's very hot, the sizzling summer temperatures. And two, very exciting or passionate. That was the start of a sizzling affair. And so feel free to use to enhance your speech tonight, and you get some cookie points. Thank you.
Cookie points. That sounds promising, actually. A sizzling idea, if I ever heard one. We'll hear later from our general evaluator, who is Dan Craig, who will be evaluating our evaluators. And then we'll also have some humor from our joke master for the evening, Bob Fogel. I apologize in advance for little canine restlessness over here. It's just part of what we've got going here. I'm going to go ahead, ask the Toastmaster, but because I'm also the speaker for the evening, I'm going to let Dan Craig, I'm going to pass over to him the Toastmaster role for introducing me and my evaluator. So Dan.
All right. Thank you again, Madam Toastmaster. I think we'll begin by having Alex, your evaluator, read the project objectives, and then I'll introduce your speech. Alex?
Thank you, Dan. Let me see here. Okay. So thank you so much. Dan, the purpose of Jean's project is for the member or for the speaker to learn about the different communication styles and identify, his or her primary style. And the purpose of this speech is for the member to also share the impact of his or her style on others. And this is what I have as the purpose of this path.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Can I say one thing here? Just because, so
Yes.
It might be also useful to mention that this is the first project in her level 2 of the presentation mastery path to give a location. Okay, so I've just done it, but that would be a standard piece to give. Okay, I'll be quiet now.
I'll introduce Jean. I'll try not to use notes.
Mhm.
I should know her fairly well, I guess. Jean Symington Craig has been a member of Golden Speakers Toastmasters for about 16 years. In 2015, she received her Distinguished Toastmasters Award, which is the highest level of accomplishment in Toastmasters. Jean is retired. She lives with her husband, Dan, and 2 dogs, Finley and Porter. The title of her talk tonight is, How Do I Say That? I believe that's correct. How do I say this? Please welcome Jean Symington Craig.
How do I say this? How should I say this? What is my communication style or styles? Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, I hope that by answering these questions for myself, you'll gain an understanding of the importance of communication style. According to the project questionnaire that I took, I prefer to practice the initiating style. The description has two parts to it, both of which I think apply to me. First, I communicate easily and fluently with others, and I have a spontaneous and fun-loving nature. This is what they say. Relationships are important, and I respond strongly to praise and approval. On the other hand, because of my expressive, energetic nature, others may feel that I talk more than I listen. I need to make sure that I let others share their thoughts and opinions. As an example of my initiating style, I am the Toastmaster Club liaison for the in-house inmate club at the Iowa State Penitentiary Maximum Security Unit for men. My communications there are as an upbeat, knowledgeable, unpaid advisor to the club, and also a go-between between the club and the outside Toastmaster world. An example of communication I could have there. Hi, everyone. So good to see you today. Who is taking their next step on their Toastmaster journey or has questions about anything Toastmasters that I can address? I have not been allowed to be in the facility since 2020 because of COVID concerns. However, I have held this role since 2011. I currently manage my responsibilities remotely, and I miss these individuals. I have developed and enjoyed valued relationships with this multi-ethnic group of enthusiastic inmate Toastmasters. Nowadays, as Dan mentioned, I am retired. I don't have to try to navigate those communications up to managers and down to subordinates and cross to coworkers. That work hierarchy communication is not something that's on my radar anymore. I have voluntary associations and projects with people, and I get to just enjoy people for what they are. However, I don't have any authority to make them listen to me. So that's a different kind of skill set. Although Toastmasters has identified my preferred communication style as initiating, I have used other types of communication languages in the past based on what my communication environment is. Toastmasters says this is very common, and it's very useful to learn how to apply different languages for different situations. Let me give you a couple more examples that involve two more additional styles. I have been the directing or direct communication style. This is described as decisive, independent, competitive, confident, in a number of work environments, particularly sales. As an account manager at a Fairfield online art framing business, I developed and used quantitative information to communicate with managers, coworkers, and clients on how to build business and achieve goals. A sample of communication I would have with my coworkers, for example. Guys, Target, one of our retail partners, gives improved website placement, meaning we get better opportunities for sales if we can decrease or reduce the ship to customer time by 2 days. Let's figure that out and make it happen. I really enjoyed focusing on results, being direct, and getting the achievements and outcome that were necessary. Going completely in the other direction and being another style type, I became a supporting style communicator in 2020 when my ailing mother in Atlanta, asked me to take over her bills and her caregiving responsibilities. The supporting style is just careful, approachable, steady, secure, patient, amiable, very active listening skills. I had met her caregivers, but I did not really know them. I was also communicating down into the South part of this country. So a more relationship-oriented, relaxed style was appropriate. Here's a sample of a communication I could have had with Maggie, which was her primary caregiver. Hey, Maggie, how are you doing today? Could we possibly get together perhaps a little later? I would love to mention something to you. I kindly would like to ask you to handle something for my mother, if that's okay with you. I had to listen closely and collaborate respectfully in order to gain the trust and cooperation from these caregivers and other providers to support my mom. So in conclusion, I have used 3 different types of communication style: initiating, direct, and supporting, and have found them useful in my current voluntary associations, my past sales activities, and supporting my mom. I'm the age that I am, but I still keep the door open to learning and applying even more communication skills for the best results and the most fun.
Great speech, Jean.
Mm.
Well, everyone, at this time, what we normally do, we always send, I'm going to send Gina a chat.
Right. Actually, I should step in and do this. This is wearing the hats. Wearing the hats. Okay, so putting back on my Toastmaster hat.
Okay, Madam Toastmaster, take it away.
Yeah. I lost track. Putting on my Toastmaster hat, please send a short evaluation, what you liked, is suggestions for improvement to me privately in the chat. This is how we grow. This is how we learn. Would love to hear those. And we take Mr. Timer. We allow 2 minutes for that. So if you could time that for us.
2 minutes is over. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 2 minutes are over. And if you're still thinking and want to send something through, again, love to get all that. Now we would like to hand over to we'll just ask our timer. Mr. Timer, did our speaker qualify?
Yes, 7 minutes,
Okay.
24 seconds. So you qualify.
Okay, well, we'll get the exact amount later, but so
Oh, okay.
we did, yeah. So, okay, so our speaker qualified. And we'll head over now to our general evaluator and ask if Alex is would like to have a little more time, which is we sometimes do if we only have one speaker, or if you'd like to go. I'll ask her that.
I am ready to go. If you want to.
Okay, so let me hand off to our general evaluator who will call you up. That would be Dan Craig.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, speaker, and wife. Alex, we look forward to hearing your evaluation of Jean's speech.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. So Jean, it's always a privilege. Well, actually for me, it's the first time that I see you delivering a speech. So for me, it's very touching to see you in action, showing all your skills and is delivering this speech so beautifully. So I will start by saying that the first thing that I really enjoyed about Jean's speech was the structure of her speech. So she started with a hook. So she repeated the question, how do I say this? What is my communication style? She took us in the journey of her finding out her own style. At first, she introduced that she went and took the survey, discovered her style on Toastmaster that suggested that her preferred style of speech is initiating. But she didn't just stay there. You know, she also analyzed that, you know, that she recognized herself in this style. She pointed a few things of the strength of having this initiating style, but also, like, for example, the being easy to initiate conversations, like to speak with others. But also she used a comparison and contrast there when she said that the other side is also that she needs to be aware of giving other speakers the opportunity to talk to. So I thought that was very nice how she used that comparison and contrast there. But then she also developed, as she went on in her speech, she introduced the other styles that she also feel very comfortable and that she used in her life, in her career. And she went on and listed them for us. So she also mentioned that she has a direct style of communication when she needs to, when she's dealing with positions as an account manager, when she needs to be in sales, that her communication is more direct, is more goal-oriented. But then she also saw that she also have like a support kind of style when she needs to have to assume the role of an active listener, or like or relationship oriented, as the case when she was the primary care of her mother. And then she also gave an example of a conversation that would go that way. So she really guided us through all these different styles. And then at the end, she also concluded that, yes, that she sees that she has the preferred initiative style, but she also used the direct, and she also used the support. And so she listed them again at the end to conclude and gave a great conclusion to her speech. So the structure was great. Jean had a great, incredible eye contact as well. She engaged the whole time with the audience. She used lots of gestures. She was very comfortable using different voices as well. She gave us a variety of vocal. When she was changing conversations, we could tell that she was using different voices. So it was a beautifully structured speech. My only suggestion to Jean, maybe, I don't know if it's because I was here making notes as a evaluator, so I didn't know so many pauses, but maybe because there was so much content, just give some more pauses. But other than that, everything was beautiful. Thank you, Jean.
All right, Alex, thank you. Now we'll move on to the table topics portion of the evening, and I believe our table topics master tonight is Art. Art, would you take it away, please?
And table topics evaluator.
Oh, sorry.
As I say, close, Dan.
Close, but no cigar. Bob is our table topics master. Take it away, Bob.
All right. Well, this evening, I have 8 questions. And wouldn't you know it, I have 8 people. Well, including myself. So if you can't, I might come back to me. Who would like to go first? Art? We have 1 through 8, Art.
One.
Number 1. I need you to fill in the blank. Summer wouldn't be the same if you couldn't. You fill in the blank.
Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. Summer wouldn't be the same if you couldn't overeat ice cream. Breaking the rules of good dietary habits by just having ice cream because it's fun to do is something that really makes summer stand out. It's got to be hot enough when you eat the ice cream to make a great big meal of ice cream feel good. It's got to be a bit of a breaking the rules. Summer without ice cream overdose is just sweat and mosquitoes.
Very good, Art. Who would like to go next?
Okay, I'll go.
Yay.
All right. We have 2 through 8.
Number 7.
Number 7. Can you share about any activities you did when you were younger that you excelled in? What is it? Share a story.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the question. Regarding the activities that I excelled when I was younger. Actually, when I was younger, I used to play football very much. Actually, it is called soccer in USA, I think. The football is a different sport here. So back in Nepal, we call it football because it's played with a foot. And the soccer, for easy understanding, I'll go soccer. So I used to play soccer very much, and I was the striker. And I used to score goals. I used to be pretty good at it. I could play for hours and hours. And I even used to be goalkeeper if our team was losing, if we had been getting too many goals. I used to protect our team being a goalkeeper. And I would say I was pretty good at soccer in my childhood days. So, am I eligible, timer? So, or should I go longer?
Great. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who would like to go next?
And by the way, Kartik, if you want to try one, we can have someone else time you. Just so you know, you're not stuck there being timer and not being able to participate.
No.
Okay. That means you can't escape.
Yes, Alex.
I'll go next.
2 through 6 and number 8.
Let me do number 8.
Number 8. Do you have a favorite food dish, a dessert, a drink that you crave more than anything? And can you tell the rest of us, can you sell the rest of us on it? Sorry, I can't read my writing. Can you sell the rest of us on it? Your favorite drink foods, a summertime thing.
Thanks, table topics master, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. It is very hard to think of other food, summertime food, after Art's speech. It's hard to take the ice cream out of my mouth, my mouth, because I really wanted to have some ice cream in my mind. But I would go with my favorite drink on the summertime. So let's picture this all together. A very hot summer day, spend all day in the beach. So the salt, in the sea. It's so hot outside. But then you go home and then you have a watermelon there, just sitting on the fridge. And then you cut that watermelon and the juice just comes out. You're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And you cut another piece and it's just perfect. And then you take a bite, that amazing bite of like a cooled watermelon. Sweet, juicy, delicious. This is my favorite. Either eating like this, I actually was going to take all the way to the juice, you can blend it, you can make a juice, but just eating the watermelon in a nice summer day, sizzling day is my favorite thing. Thank you for the question.
Yum. Very good, Alex. All right, who would like to go next? We have 2 through 6. Jean?
Only if Kartik goes next.
Okay.
And Brajesh, I'm keeping an eye on him too.
Yeah, I'm ready to.
Oh, you want to go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right.
Beauty before age. Mixing that up a little bit.
Yeah, sorry.
We
Okay.
have 2 through 6.
Yeah, I'll go for 6.
Number 6. What is the most memorable road trip and where did you go?
Excuse me, sorry, I could not hear you.
Want me to read it again?
Yeah.
Okay. In the summertime, what is your most memorable road trip where you hopped on a plane or a car or on motorcycle, bicycle, and where did you go?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the question. Honorable Toastmaster and guests. I would like to remember my road trip to the one place in Nepal. It's called Mustang, and it's a very nice place, and it's like a desert, but it's in a mountain. So mountain with full of mountains. There are a lot of mountains and the desert too. And it's a very beautiful place of Nepal, and it's beyond all the Himalayas. So we need to cross the Himalaya and we need to go behind. It's behind the Tibetan plateau. So I went in a road trip through the bike, and it was so exciting to go there with a bike, with my bullet bike, and with my friends. It was a very enjoyable moment because it took around I think 16 hours drive from the capital city of Nepal, Kathmandu, and we enjoyed a lot there. And since it's a very cold place, we used to go there in summer, and the place was so adorable. And I would like to recommend other people here also to visit that place. You can search as a Mustang in Google. You could find it's a very amazing place. Okay, thank you.
Good. Thank you. Whittling down. Someone else. 2 through 5.
Did I do I could do one, but do we have,
Are they going to do this, or was Dan, or?
or Kartik? See, I already did all this talking, and you know I'm not supposed to talk as much, and I'm supposed to let other people talk.
Okay.
Who
Okay,
is the timer?
We have, yeah, I am the timer. We have Dan, Jean, and myself.
Okay.
Right.
Do you want me to stop?
I would like to know if we have time for all three people, or
Okay, so let me see. I'm the Toastmaster, so let me see. We are at 8:33. We really have time for maybe one more. We got a late start. Dan?
okay.
Would it be okay with everybody if we ran the meeting about 5 minutes longer since we started late?
I'm
Okay.
fine.
Okay, so let's do 2 through 1.
Okay. So let's go with Kartik. Kartik, I think you're sounding eager.
Okay.
You're wanting, okay.
That's not the case, but I'll go ahead.
No, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Bob, are you going to time him?
You want me to be the timer?
You've usually got your cards handy there. There they are.
There they are. In the basket.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Oh, guess I better ask a question. 2 through 5. I'm ready to time.
Can you repeat? Sorry. You
2,
said 3 to 5?
4, 5. Yeah,
2
2
through
3,
5.
4.
Mhm.
2.
2.
Yep.
Okay. What is your most memorable time as a youngster that you enjoyed during the summer?
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you, our table topics masters and fellow Toastmasters. So the memorable time that I could think of during summer is the time that I went to Bangkok during my 6th grade vacation. So I was in India and my father worked in Bangkok, Thailand. So during the 6th grade, I went. I remember the exact date and the time. Every single incident that happened. So I started from India on April 6th, 2007. And then it was a Friday and we landed. No, I think we started on April 5th and then landed on April 6th. And so that was the first time I'm moving out of my state. I've never been to any other state in India or else in any other country also. So that was a Friday. I remember going to buy milk on that day, and then I visited the next day. I visited another Indian in the same apartment. The reason I remember all this is because I I reached Bangkok on Friday. On Monday, I got my hand fractured. It's on April 9th. So I remember that incident for sure. So and then so the reason that is most that I always remember is because during summer in Bangkok there is a festival. I don't remember the name of the festival, but it is a 2-day holiday for all over Bangkok, all over Thailand, where people can throw water, splash water on anybody on the road. It's really super cool thing that happens. You can search in Google about this, but then so being hand fractured, not able to enjoy those moments during the first trip, I because of these reasons I remember those incidents. But apart from that, also we had an earthquake on the first time when I went there. So there's a lot of things that happened, and that's one of the memorable summer times that I had.
Very good, Karthik. Thank you. Well, we're going to try to get one more in, Dan.
Yes, let's do one more.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, all right. 3, 4, 5.
3.
Give us your explanation of easy living.
Thank you, Mr. Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. When I think about easy living, this quote, which was on the agenda, is pretty descriptive for what I think. Deep summer is when laziness finds respectability. So summer when it's sizzling is a wonderful time to be lazy and not feel guilty about it. I think the ideal way to be lazy in the summer is to sit outside in the shade, in a cooling breeze, have something nice and cool to drink, maybe have a book to read, maybe have a hammock to lie in, maybe have an ocean to look at. There are many possibilities. The common denominator of all these possibilities is that we're not worried about being productive. Productivity is not a consideration at all. We're just worried about looking at the sky. Look at that sky. Look at those clouds float by. Listen to those birds. Look at those waving green leaves on all the trees. Look at Finley down there playing with his ball. So many wonderful things to see and hear and taste. It's a sensual time in summer when you can slow down and just take it easy. Summertime in the living is easy. Thanks for the question.
Very good, Dan. These are all good answers tonight. Man, wish summer wasn't ending.
I think we should probably stop at that point
Okay.
and ask our timer,
Yes.
which table topic speakers qualified, Mr. Timer?
All the table topics speakers are qualified. Arthur, Vivek, Alex. I mean, except me. I didn't time myself. Brajesh and then Dan. All of them qualified. Yes.
And Karthik qualified, and you also qualified, Karthik.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Jean is the Toastmaster, so what we do is send her a chat. Start with TT for table topics. Write the name of the person that you're voting for and send that vote to Jean.
And you're allowed to vote for yourself if you feel that you had the best one. That's okay. I'll see it and I'll go, okay, good, confident. Mm.
Art, once you have voted, we could go ahead with your table topics evaluations. Are you ready at this time?
Yeah,
Okay, please take it away. Art Atkinson, our table topics evaluator.
He's got how many people to do?
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So
5 people besides myself.
would you like, what would you like? 3 to 4? Art,
3 to
what would
4.
you,
3 to 4.
or more? What do you want? 3 to 4.
3 to 4.
So it's
So
3, 3:30, and 4, correct?
Correct,
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
So Deepak led off the table topic speakers, answering the question, what as a youth was an activity that he excelled at? And his answer was straightforward. He played soccer, he could play for hours. He liked doing it. My suggestion would be, I didn't hear it if you said that you're still playing soccer or not, but it would be good to know if you carried it forward into your life since then. Alex had the question, what was her favorite food or drink? And after a little waffling around to get ice cream out of mind, she gave us a description of diving into a watermelon. It was a beautiful description of a cold watermelon, juice everywhere. I would have enjoyed an additional description of juice running down your chin and the various sticky places that develop when you're eating and enjoying a watermelon. Brajesh answered the question about what was a memorable road trip. He took 30 seconds to really compose his ideas. He greeted the audience. He talked about a favorite place, which was mountainous, and I had some trouble understanding, because of the accent, what he was describing, but I got the impression that there was a wild area and that he mountain biked in this wild area, and it was a favorite for him. Kartik spoke next about a memorable summertime, and his answer was right on the tip of his tongue. It was a trip that he took to Bangkok, 2-day festivals in Bangkok. My suggestion would be to tell us if you've ever been back or what foods you ate that made it stand out for you. Dan spoke next, explained what the term easy living means for him. And he quoted the item on the top of our agenda, when laziness finds respectability. And he focused all of his talk on how great it was to just not have to be productive, not have to measure up to anything, just hangout. My suggestion to Dan would be tell us about a particular time when he took advantage of that not being productive, not having to produce a particular easy living time in a particular summer could have fit very nicely as an illustration of what he was saying. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator, or Dan.
I'll answer to that.
Yeah,
Thank you, Art. Let's ask our timer. We have had two evaluators tonight. There was Alex and Art. Did our evaluators qualify?
Yes, both of them qualified. Do I need to mention the timing now or later?
No, we'll do that at the end. Thank you.
Yes.
Once again, we're going to send a vote to the Toastmaster. That's Jean. So this time, just put EV in front, and then the name for evaluator, and then put the name of the evaluator you're voting for, and we'll vote in that way. While people are voting, we'll go ahead and begin our meeting reports. First, we're going to ask Karthik, our timer, to give us the timer's report for the meeting.
Thank you, topic master, table topic master, fellow Toastmasters and guests, everybody in here. So first, Jean's presentation speech, she took 7 minutes, 24 seconds. And then Alex, who evaluated Jean, took 3 minutes, 22 seconds. And then table topics, Arthur took 1 minute, 26 seconds. Vivek, 1 minute. Alex, 1 minute, 35 seconds. Brajesh, 1 minute, 39 seconds. Dan, 1 minute, 59 seconds. Then table topics evaluator Art took 4 minutes, 11 seconds. And that's my
Very good. Thank you for that report.
Thank you.
Let's hear
Sizzling
next from
timers report. A sizzling timers report.
Yeah.
Woo. Hot,
Okay,
hot, hot.
Jean, cheap shot. Alex, that's your cue. Please give us the grammarian report.
You got one, Ryan. Thanks, Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and our honored guests. As the grammarian, I made notes for some outstanding phrases of our speakers tonight. Art had two beautiful phrases. He said, summer would not be the same if you couldn't overdose on ice cream. I love that. And he also said, summer without overdose on ice cream is just sweat and mosquitoes. That was great. Bridget had a great description of the mountains when you were explaining Mustang. He said the beautiful mountains in the Tibetan plateau. That was very nice. I could picture that. I appreciate that description. Karthik, I really like how you use the word incident. You repeated a few times that you remember every incident that happened. I really like the usage of that word. And then had the phrase, the common denominator is that we were not thinking about productivity. So that was a very nice phrase. And for the word of the day, I had Jean using the word sizzling twice. I used once and then used once. And that's my report for tonight. Thank you.
Very good. Next is the accountor's report. That's my job. I believe Jean was clean tonight. Alex had a number of speaking roles tonight, and all together, she had about 10 ahs and about 7 ums, 1 so and 1 false start. Art had 1 extraneous so, 1 repeat. Vivek had 3 ahs and 1 and ah, and 1 so. Rahesh had 8 uhs, 5 and uhs, 4 so's, 4 ands. Bob had 1 ah, 1 I believe that's all. Karthik had about 10 or so uhs, 1 and 4 so's, 2 repeats, 1 and 2 false starts. That's my report. Now let's hear a joke from Bob Fogel.
Got a few funny ones I looked up. An elderly looking gentleman, mid-90s, very well dressed, very well groomed, suit, flowers lapel, smelling slightly like good aftershave, presenting a well-looked after image upscale cocktail lounge. Seated at the bar was an elderly looking lady. Gentleman walks over, sits alongside her, orders a drink, takes a sip, turns to her and says, "So tell me, how often do I come here?"
Senior humor. Senior humor, right?
Senior summer humor, okay? Senior summer humor. Now, there was a stingy old lawyer who had been diagnosed with terminal illness and was determined to prove wrong the old saying, "You can't take it with you." After much thought and consideration, the old ambulance chaser finally figured out how to take at least some of his money with him when he died. He instructed his wife to go to the bank, withdraw the money, and fill 2 pillowcases full of money, and then he directed her to take the bags of money and in the attic and leave them directly above his bed. His plan, when he passed away, he would reach out, grab the bags on his way to heaven. Several weeks after his funeral, the deceased lawyer's wife went up to the attic, cleaning up, and found 2 pillowcases stuffed with cash. She said, "That old fool, I knew he should have put the money down in the basement."
Okay, thank you, Bob.
Okay. Now that was tricky.
Did you get that?
So you're saying that he actually, rather than going to heaven, he was going to hell.
The hell, yeah. He should have.
So it should have been in the basement.
On the way down.
Okay.
Instead of having the money on the way up. He was. Yeah,
I almost didn't catch that, Bob. That was pretty. That was pretty good.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Bob, thank you for that intellectually challenging joke.
Okay, there we go.
We all got it after a while.
Okay.
At this point, it's time for me as general evaluator to give my report. My responsibility is to evaluate the evaluators. We had Alex evaluating Jean, was our first evaluator. Alex gave a good recap of the things that Jean said in her talk. It showed that she had listened very carefully. At one point, she began to list the things that she thought that Jean did well. She said that her structure was great, good eye contact, good gestures and vocal variety. My suggestion for you, Alex, is that in your evaluation, if you want to refer to Jean's content, it would be better for the evaluation to use that as a basis to give an example of what she did well. If you wanted to say, Jean made this point, you could say, and that was an effective way for her to illustrate her talk or to use her vocal variety or something like that. So my overall suggestion is just that even though you told us very clearly everything that Jean said, and you had some group of suggestions about her delivery, if you would spend a little less time on recapping what she said and give us more of what you feel would be suggestions for her to improve her delivery or her structure or that sort of thing for the talk. But all in all, very good job. And I'm glad you evaluated this project because you're going to be doing the same one in a few weeks. Art was our evaluator for table topics. I think Art did a very good job of listening. I believe in every case but one, I heard him not only praise something that the speaker did, but also give a suggestion. So that's excellent overall in the job of the table topics evaluator. So many people to deal with. If we can give them praise and a suggestion, then that's the most effective way. I think my only suggestion to you, Art, is only a matter of degree. I believe that I heard a number of times you asked someone to give us a little bit more content. Tell us what you did afterward or something of that nature. And I was just going to suggest that probably if you could lean a bit more heavily towards suggestions regarding delivery or organization, that would, in my opinion, that would be a more effective evaluation than just asking for more content, because in the table topics talk, there's just a limited amount of time. And so sometimes more content is difficult. But again, thank you. Very good job. We had 2 excellent evaluators. That's my report. I'm going to send the meeting back to our Toastmaster, Jean Symington Craig.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. What a fun meeting we have had tonight. So nice to have all this participation, variety, learning about each other. I just love diversity in our meetings. Well, we're at the awards section. And first, we'll get the one that we kind of know already, humbly speaking. The best speaker. Let's go ahead and do a drum roll, because we like drum rolls. This keeps your wrists flexible. All that computer work during the day, the wrists get tight. Okay. And I qualified, so yay, me, yes, best speaker. One comment, I've been not too up on doing my speeches, and so I feel very good that I got this one done. The last time I was looking at it was 5 days before my mother died in 2020, and it just kind of blew me off the rails and doing family stuff and everything. So it just feels good to bring that home. So thank you to my fellow Toastmasters and our honored guests for being here to support. Next, we have our best evaluator. Drum roll, please. If you want to roll your tongue, that, adds. And it's Alex. Okay. And then finally, our best table topics. And we had so many good table topics. It was just
Good.
really hard here. Drum roll. Rajesh.
All right.
There he is. Okay. Congratulations to everyone. Any week, any given Toastmaster can win our thing, but the important thing is that we get better and we help each other to do that. With that, I will hand that back to our president, Bob Fogel, to bring us on home.
Great. Thank you for everyone participating. I feel happy. I listened to all of your answers. It was just, like Jean said, very uplifting, summertime fun, and that's what we like to keep it. That being said, and Jean did a wonderful speech tonight. It was so good to see her give her speech. She just knocked it out of the park as far as I'm concerned. She just had all the gestures, the movements, the voice control, the eye, everything. She just did a wonderful job. Thank you, Jean. Now, I guess we're going to close the meeting. And before we close the meeting, I'll let everyone know we can stay on whoever you would like, or if you got to go, you got to go. And we won't hold it against you or nothing, or, no, nothing like that. However, we're going to officially close the meeting for tonight and for our Toastmasters and go from there. Good night, everyone.